I found out I had cancer as I was boarding the flight to go to my little brother's wedding. Walking down the jet bridge as my radiologist told me, you have breast cancer. I didn't want to tell my brother because it's his wedding weekend and I don't really want to interfere, but I'm a bridesmaid and I now have to stand and be in this wedding and be involved heavily with this wedding, obviously, while knowing I have cancer, and hide it, pretend like it never happened for the whole wedding weekend. How did I feel? Honestly, numb. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 7 years now, and I kind of just reacted like it wasn't even happening to me and it was just happening to someone else, and just relayed the news to my father like, oh, I'm getting on the plane and I have cancer. They didn't tell me any details. They just told me I have cancer, and they would tell me in about a week what kind, and then someone would be calling me and to just enjoy my weekend. I texted my friend and said, well, I don't know what to do. Should I eat an apple or drink some water? Like, how does one prepare? I went through the entire wedding weekend keeping it a secret. It made the weekend really hard because I was so low energy and I was so stressed and I had so much on my mind that I really didn't want to go to the events. Obviously, once I was there, I had the best time ever, but I didn't really want to get out of bed. I didn't tell them until after the honeymoon because I really didn't want to ruin their wedding or their honeymoon. And they were in total shock. They were like, we never knew had a success there. Obviously made the wedding a lot more emotional than it probably would have been otherwise, although it would have been emotional, but just, it was extra emotional. I just kept thinking, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna go out with a bang. They don't tell you anything that they're gonna do about it. The radiologist just calls you and says, you have cancer. And so you really are left with zero answers except for the most daunting news of your life. And you kind of question if you're gonna wake up from a really bad dream because nothing makes any sense.
I mean, what a strong woman, going that whole weekend. I mean, as she said, it made it more emotional. Oh, it must have been awful to keep that a secret. The fact that she managed to keep it a secret during their honeymoon as well. So that would have been quite a long period of time. She would have had to have kept that into herself. I couldn't imagine that. It must have been awful, standing there at the event, watching everyone happy, watching everyone get married, knowing in the back of your mind that you've got this news that you need to drop on people. Wow. I mean, what a strong lady. I think I just said that, but really, how strong of her to do that. I mean, she didn't give any more details on the cancer, so hopefully, she's okay, she's going to be okay, she can get it treated. Hopefully they've caught it at a good time because, yeah, it's just so sad. I feel like you see so many young people nowadays come out and say, they've been told they have cancer, and it's shocking to see. So obviously it used to be something that people would get when they're older. It wouldn't be something you'd have to worry about when you're young, but I feel like as time's going on, there's just more and more people with these stories